Ndifon Jr. is an entrepreneurial ecosystem builder, product manager, and venture growth strategist committed to using technology, innovation, and talent to unlock Africa's potential. With a particular focus on Africa's secondary cities, Patrick has been instrumental in shaping Cross River State's entrepreneurial landscape by guiding MSMEs, startups, and nonprofits in developing innovative products, building sustainable business models, and integrating technology to drive growth and competitiveness. As a founder and executive director of Siphon.org, Patrick has played a key role in securing over $100,000 in funding to foster local innovation, empowering startups and youth-led businesses through accessible validation and real-world skill building. His work extends to Cali Valley, where he oversees initiatives that accelerate export potential, connect entrepreneurs to global angel investors, and provide essential back-office support to foster sustainable business growth. Patrick also leads community efforts as the community manager for 3MTT Nigeria, the world's largest talent accelerator, where he cultivates a supportive environment that encourages growth, innovation, and long-term impact. As a founder of Hack 51 Africa, he bridges the gap between education and employability by linking top talent with leading companies, preparing the next generation of African leaders for the global market evolving demands. Holding a BSc in computer science from the University of Calabar and an executive MBA from Quantic School of Business and Technology, Patrick combines strategic thinking with hands-on execution. His mission is rooted in uniting diverse perspectives to create actionable solutions that drive real change. Through his initiatives, he aims to position Cross River State as a leader in the AFCFTA, fostering a competitive, innovative, and future-ready entrepreneurial ecosystem that serves as a model for Africa's emerging markets. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Patrick Ndifon Jr. to the stage.
How are we doing this afternoon? I didn't catch that. How are we doing this afternoon? It's half of this middle row that answered. How are we doing this afternoon? Okay, only the middle row. Are you sure you're fine? Yes. The two front row here. All right. I hope you get better after my session. I really do hope you get better after my session. Are my slides ready? Okay, please, can we have them up? So I'm going to be speaking to you on talking a lot about AI and stuff. So that's my topic: launch your vision, building our digital future with AI. So I'll be sharing practical steps for entrepreneurs. How many of us are entrepreneurs here? How many of us are entrepreneurs? Okay, quite a number of you. How many of us techies, coding, graphics design, cybersecurity, any of that stuff? Okay, that's good. All right. So basically what I'll be sharing, practical steps to help you innovate faster, serve global clients, and build Cross River's new digital economy. I'm very passionate about Cross River State. Some people have asked me why. Do you know? I believe that there's something that has to kill a man. Right? For some people, it's women. For me, it's building Cross River State. And I have a very big vision for Cross River State. And I believe that Cross River can become a leading voice when it comes to innovation and entrepreneurship within Africa and the world. We have the natural resources. We have the human capital. All we need is the willingness and the courage to push for it. Next slide, please. So we're going to look at the new playing field, right? From local ideas to global assets. I mean, that's what we're here for. Wanting to learn how to take over the globe right here from Calabar. Next. There's this myth that says that if you want to launch you want to have a successful business, successful brand, you need to launch in a big city like Lagos. How many of you have heard that? And then you need to have millions of naira, right? Sometimes dollar, and then a big team for you to be successful. I have to tell you, as of today, that is no longer true. If you didn't know, you know now, it's no longer true. Okay? You don't need that. The tools that are present and available for you today can allow you to launch a successful business from anywhere in the world with little capital and very few team. My startup, for example, Hack 51 Africa, I launched it in 30 days with 250K, all right? And it was just me at the time when we started. Can I have my slides up? So, media. Right now, the barrier for you starting any business isn't money anymore. You know, people always complain they don't have money to start and those kind of things, right? Money isn't the problem right now. The main problem is a perceived lack of resources. What do I mean by perceived? People think that the resources aren't available. So if you're perceiving that something is lacking, it just means that you're not aware of what's available. So today, that's what I'm here to help you do, right? But let's also be honest. There are a lot of us with ideas that we've locked in and we've kept dormant. Am I right? How many of you have had ideas that you just parked to one side, didn't think it was going to work? 2020, I had a brilliant idea. I wrote it down, everything. I thought about it, thought it was going to be too expensive, too much and everything. I just packed it up. But with what's happening in the world today, especially concerning AI, somebody was telling me that by the end of the year, I'll build like 50 ideas. And that's true, because AI has come to make things faster and better and easier and cheaper for you. So you can see there, the hidden opportunity in today's AI era is that local founders can leverage AI, low-cost tools for a price-time advantage. What that means that you can get it done cheaper and then you can get it done faster. Are we together? Are we together? Next slide. So what does AI provide for you? AI provides 3 parts to success. Okay, the first part is the product part. So if you're a visionary founder who wants to build a new digital product or app from scratch, AI can do that for you in record time. If you've ever built an app before or been involved in a software development project, you know how expensive it can be. Can anyone attest to that? If you're here, let me know. And you know how long it can take. What's the minimum time? Let me just get a random shout from the audience for someone who has that experience. To build an app, what's the minimum? Huh? Did you just say 4 hours? Not tutorial app. It's not 4 hours, please. I'm building an app right now, and I'm telling you, we are in the 3rd month, and we're still battling with just sorting out the design completely. And it's an MVP. It's definitely not 4 hours. It takes longer than that. 3 months, 6 months, sometimes it can even take a year, depending on the resources you have, depending on the skill set of the team, depending on the complexity of the app, and all of that stuff. So, but with AI, that time has been drastically reduced. The second part is the agency part, where you can leverage AI to build agency, to build high-value tech products for international clients across the world, which is something that I currently do at the moment. So you're not just building your own products, but you're building MVPs for clients across the world. And I think our first speaker spoke about, exporting services globally. And the third part is the amplifier path, which has to do with leveraging AIs for existing businesses, right? So AI can be leveraged to supercharge your operations, supercharge your marketing, and boost your profit. Now, you need to see AI as your on-demand expert that allows you to do all these things. A lot of people complain about AI. AI is making them lazy, etc., etc. I use AI. I haven't used AI to do devotion. You know, I created my own personal devotion with AI, right? I have not become stupid or dumber. In fact, I'm far smarter than I was a year ago because of AI. All right? And what it has allowed me to do, it has allowed me to learn things faster and even perfect them much quicker. So I'm able to, you know, go through. The thing with AI, I don't have to spend time finding information. I can find information and then quickly go through it. Next slide, please. Okay, this slide, leave it on this slide, right? So you need to see AI as a leverage, okay? AI is not here necessarily to replace you, but it's to get rid of the work that is repetitive, boring, okay? That really doesn't bring about real impact, okay? AI is here to allow you to tackle high value tasks. AI can allow you to focus on creating revenue so that you can hire the people that you really need. With AI, all of us can be the architects of the new digital economy. And I always tell this to people whenever I talk about artificial intelligence, that for us in Cross River State, so we are what we call a secondary city. Lagos is a primary city. Calabar is a secondary city. So usually there's not much attention coming to cities like this. All right. But we have an opportunity when it comes to artificial intelligence, and we have an opportunity as Africa, as a continent, as well when it comes to AI, to leapfrog the gap that, you know, due to technology, economy, and all of that, we're currently in. With AI, we can actually leapfrog that. And these three parts are, whichever one you want to take, are the ways that we can do that. Next slide. So the unfair advantage, right? Whichever path you take, the most important thing for you to really succeed, especially in today's world, is something called building in public. So it's the idea of sharing your journey from day one, whether you're building a product for yourself, or whether you're building an agency, or whether you're using AI to supercharge your business, right? It's important that you share your journey from day one. Remember, the point is we're going from local to global. If you don't share your journey, then it's only the people within your physical space that are going to hear about your success and progress. So it's important that as you're building, as you're, you know, improving your business, optimizing it, that you share your journey. Let people know how it's going, how you're doing certain things, and all of that stuff. What it does for you is that it builds community, not just for your customers, but everyone out there who can see your stuff. It helps create trust and authenticity. It also attracts opportunities, clients, investors, partners, because people are seeing your work, right? And if your processes are properly documented, excellent, and giving you results, then people would definitely want to partner with you, invest with you in whatever you're doing. And then it's also a way of marketing yourself. Next slide. So now we're going to look at the blueprint, okay? Basically, it's sort of like a step-by-step guide. Next slide. A guide to help you turn local ideas into global income streams. I would not be too detailed about it, but I mean, from whatever you get from here, I believe that you should be able to just build up on that. So what I'm going to share with you is scalable. It's going to help you create high value digital exports, and it will allow you to earn in, what are those currencies? Let's do quiz. What's the first one? Second one. Ha! Is that pound? Timekeeper. That's euro. The third one is what? Pounds, right from Calabar. How many of you know you can do that? Ah, very few. It's like all of you are already doing that. The rest of you. How many of you are earning in? Okay, just one. Only one, two. Only two people are earning in pounds or USD. Okay, how many of you want to start earning in USD? Our first speaker said that port work, they pay you in USD. So you guys better note those ones down. Me, I've noted it down. We'll add all the work, digital and physical. All right, so pounds, euros, and dollar, euros, and pounds right here from Calabar. Next step. So when we look at the first path, the product blueprint, right? So this is a five-step guide to take your app from a validated idea to a global launch and amplify it. The first thing is you want to develop a strategy, right? From idea to an intelligent plan. So you have an idea. How can AI help you? Gone are the days when you have to sit down, crack your head, come up with surveys, right? Go to the library, find books, research to read and all of that. AI can generate market relevant data for you very quickly, all right? It can even help you generate surveys that you can share quickly as well. So the first thing AI can do for you is help you to validate that idea and come up with a plan or a concept that not just has a local appeal but a global appeal as well. So recently, for my startup, we did a survey for our users on our platform, and I used AI to analyze the results. I didn't have to hire a data analyst person, any of that stuff. I just used AI with specific prompts and everything. I was able to analyze the results and draw insights from it. It took me a day because I had to, make sure that what it was saying was making sense and it was aligned with the results that we were getting. But if you needed to get an analyst to do that work, that would take weeks. For those of you that have done undergraduate projects, masters, and those kind of things, it takes quite a while to analyze those things. So AI can do that for you. Once you have a clear concept, the AI can help you develop MVP features, right? So features that you want to launch quickly. It can also help you develop a pricing model. So I currently work for a startup in Canada, and part of my job is to provide strategy. So I was supposed to do a pricing model for them for the startup. So it's a logistics company. And my God, I have no logistics experience whatsoever. And pricing it's like rocket science. But I just opened up Gemini Pro to give you the idea. Please help me develop a pricing model. Explain it to me and all of that. And in a week, I understood the pricing model and I was able to build one. That's the power of AI. So for something I'd never done before, I was able to learn it and build it in a week. Now imagine I had to use regular good old Google search. And specifically for that kind of business. So that's the power of AI. AI can allow you to go from an idea to an intelligent plan. Second, AI can allow you to build a brand and an MVP. You've heard of Midjourney. How many of you have used Midjourney? So Midjourney is a tool you can use to create designs, logos, mockups, and stuff like that. Although ChatGPT, Microsoft DALL-E, or it's still ChatGPT anyways, they do that. Then there's also a tool called Lovable. There's another one, vo.dev. Who's heard of Lovable? Yeah. Okay. So Lovable is an AI tool, just like you have ChatGPT, but you can chat with it and it will build apps for you. So that guy that said 4 hours wasn't actually wrong, but the 4 hours he's talking about is not that he's a human being. It's an AI. So with AI, you can reduce a project that would take 3 months to 4 hours to a week. So you're someone that's trying to build an app. You can use platforms like Lovable, vo.dev, and all of that to quickly build an MVP based on build an app based on the MVP features that you've been able to identify, or on your own without needing any sort of technical help. You also have Bolt. Bolt is also an app as well that allows you to build mobile-first MVPs. So once you've developed your brand and your MVP using AI, the next step is you can launch. You can use AI again to come up with marketing. You can use AI to create surveys and get feedback and all of that. I know a lot of top marketers who use AI to develop marketing strategies and those kinds of things. And this is the advantage with AI. It's not stopping you from thinking creatively. AI actually has access to a vast more amount of information than you. I hope you know that, right? What you are good at is creativity. You're not good at retention. Do we agree? There's a limit to how much you can hold in your head. And in fact, at some point, if you hold too much, you start having a headache, right? So AI does that work for you. AI can give you information from a diverse range of sources. And all you need to do is tell it, okay, this doesn't connect well. Maybe fix it, do this, do that, and it'll do the work for you. All right. Media, help me. Okay. So with AI, you can launch and test and capture value. Like I said, for my startup, I built it alone. I have a team basically that just does community management, and I used AI to create the surveys, use AI to analyze the surveys and give me insights, which I'm going to also use AI to implement. Next is scale. So that data, you can analyze it using platforms like Perplexity. ChatGPT can also do that, Gemini can also do that. They can analyze the data that you collect from your users and provide recommendations and all of those things for you. Then lastly, once you've done building and all of these things, or while you're going through all of this journey, it's very important that you share your story on platforms like LinkedIn. Let people know your lessons. I remember in the early days of Hack 51, what I used to do was I would talk about the methods I use, the strategies I use, you know, the success we're having, and all of those things. And it really got me a lot of attention to the point where we were able to get partners from places like the UK. Yes, we get partners from the UK, we get partners from some other parts of Africa and all of that stuff. All because I was sharing my story. And I'm going to still do that again to see if I can get more partners on board from different parts of the world. So this is, in a nutshell, is the product blueprint. If you want to start using AI to build your own products, your services, or whatever it is. Let's go to the next path. The next part is the agency flywheel. So, you guys know what an agency is, right? You know what an agency is? Who knows what an agency is? Who has an idea? An agency. Okay. So the first we're just talking about a founder who wants to build an app, but an agency now, in this context, is focused on building MVPs as a service. So their work is to build MVPs as a service for founders who need help with building MVPs. So you might have somebody who has an idea and they don't know how to go about it, and then your agency can help them, turn that idea into a product, build an MVP for them, and they pay you for it. So that's the opportunity. So launch a lean AI-powered solo agency in Calabar to deliver high-value MVPs and tech services to international clients, bringing foreign capital straight home. So I knew a guy, whether in the spirit or in the flesh, right? So a company reached out to him to hire him to build an application for them. And he had a team. His team, about 7-8 people, and they charged about $10,000 for that particular application. So he was a developer and stuff. Then they hired another guy, a product strategist and all of that, to guide the team to building the application and everything. The product strategy guy was not coding, nothing at all. The product strategy guy alone collected $6,000. When I heard this thing, that's when my brain did, Jesus, see money. All from Calabar. There's a very big opportunity, okay, internationally. People are looking for folks who can build softwares very quickly and deliver, all right? Over there, they are so in a hurry. We here, we're always so chill, but there, they are so in a hurry. Somebody has an idea, they want to launch it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they're looking for guys that can build and deliver those kind of results, and they're willing to pay good money for it. The beautiful part is that for us here in Nigeria, Africa, Calabar, we are cheap labor. I mean, I'm cheap for $5K US. Who is cheap? That's cheap now. Yeah, I'll take the 5K, no problem. You don't need to hire the guy in Canada. I'm equally as good as him. He will charge you more, I'll charge you half the price. All right? So that's a big opportunity. You can build an agile MVP dev agency that delivers rapid turnaround projects to clients in New York and the rest. So a minimum, you can charge as little as $2,500 for a project, and you can deliver in 2 weeks using AI. All you do is prompt it. You guys know what $2,500 is right now, right? You know what $1,000 is? How much? 1.5 million. You know what 2.5 is? That's like 3.750. Just imagine you collect that in 2 weeks. You guys like that kind of money, right? It's easy. It's not hard. Easy money. So this is the model for it. You can start crafting your proposals and bios, talk about it on social media, start using these tools I mentioned, Lovable.dev, Bolt, try it out, build some mock-ups and prototypes, and then begin to talk about what you're doing on platforms like Twitter and the likes, and start getting your clients. So in the next slide, I'll show you two examples of individuals that I have been following since March. And can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, it's not that clear. So this guy he's Indian, right? And please come back. He's Indian, Prajawal, I think that's his name. Sorry, it's not clear. In 6 months, he grew, when he started discovering Lovable and all that, he grew his income from 0 to 20,000 US dollars. And I think about last month, he sold his company to a much larger agency that also does AI development. So this guy is Indian, anyway, so you may not really connect, you know, when somebody's far, you'll be like, well, that kind of thing. But then this guy, which is unfortunately not clear, Damilola. You guys know Damilola, right? You guys know Damilola? He lives in Nigeria. He lives in your backyard. Damilola, so this was 43 days ago, but it was long, so this is actually an old post. But in just 3 days ago, he signed, so he had done a 3,000 naira revenue. As of last month, he did a contract for a client for 10,000 US dollars. The guy does not know how to code. He used AI to build the entire MVP. And they paid him $10,000 for it. So he was talking about, I think he left his job, he left his 9 to 5, so it was 43 days. So I started 7 months ago, left my 9 to 5 and decided to bet on this. So, yeah, there's a massive, massive opportunity in building an AI agency. And I'll get to why I'm pushing all of this to you. Next slide. The third part is the business amplifier path. So you can use AI. AI can be your smart employee. Supercharge and scale your business. Most of you, sometimes you may not afford, having a traditional marketing expert or any of all these other experts to get on your team, right? I've seen people oftentimes reach out to me that they're trying to hire, a ton of persons on their teams, but they don't have the funds. And I'm like, so why are you giving yourself that headache? Just pull up ChatGPT, pull up Gemini Pro, ask it the questions you want. It's so helpful that it can give you actual detailed steps of how to execute a plan and get things done. So you can use AI to help you boost marketing and sales, AI-driven content, ad targeting to reachable customers. You can use AI to increase your efficiency and allow you to focus on the most important things. The things I've used AI to do for our startup Hack 51 has been ridiculous. So because when we started, right, the biggest issue was how do we make sure we build a startup at as little cost as possible? When you're thinking about building an app in Nigeria or building a startup in Nigeria, the first thing is app. It's app. Everybody's thinking app, right? You have an idea, it's app. Hack 51 is a tech startup that does not have an app. We're basically using Google Sheets, WhatsApp, I think Google Meet and all these kind of things, find a way to connect it all together and just provide the service that we're providing. And part of these ideas came because I would prompt AI, like, how do we eliminate this? How do we do this? How do we do that? And then at one point, so we have something called a leaderboard on Hack 51, where if you participate in activities on the community, you get points for it. And I had to figure out how to build a leaderboard without writing a single line of code. And I went to AI and said, AI, help me. And it gave me the instructions, and I built a leaderboard using Google Sheets. If you don't know what a leaderboard is, how many of you have an idea what a leaderboard is, right? It's like a ranking board, that sort of thing, where you can see people. So I used AI to do that. We didn't code a single line of anything. So we're going to the last part, right? Next. We do have a lot of challenges in Cross River State, Calabar, precisely. Internet, when MTN and Airtel want to do collab on you, nothing can save you that period. You just shut down your phone and call it a holiday. So we do have those challenges. Electricity is also an issue as well. All right. But the fact that we're here It just means that we have to think innovatively and think differently about how we go about things. All right. And again, a secondary city, people don't just come into Calabar and say they want to throw in $1 million into the ecosystem. We have been praying for that dream to come to pass. But you hear that in Lagos a lot, right? Funding is available, $100 million funding, all those kinds of things, right? And this is actually a problem I've actually been trying to solve. And in fact, this presentation for me is more of a proposal to everybody here, right? And because this is what I always say. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm very passionate about Cross River State, and I believe that Cross River State has an incredible potential to become an economic power. Well, yeah, first, we need people to stop japping first and going to Lagos. So, my proposal to you is that you don't have to japa to Lagos to get the dollars. Do you understand? You can leverage AI right here from Calabar and get that dollars. Help us, please. By the way, Calabar is much cheaper. I hope you know. If you want to start a startup in Lagos, you sweat, move your hand and leg, and then you share one self-con with 2 other startups. So yeah, so we need to become smart and innovative about how we build from Cross River State. Next slide. So our mission, right? We've been known as a state that exports timber, cocoa, minerals. But I think for us, there's an opportunity for us to leapfrog our economy to become a state that exports world-class digital products, services, and brands. With AI, we can do that. We can have founders who are building MVPs from here at low cost, solving real problems locally that also have global impact. We can have agencies running from here that are serving the rest of the world. We can have brands who are building products, and whether it's the marketing that has to go into another country, they can leverage AI to help them, streamline that entire process. Every app, every client engagement, or every online sale becomes a digital expert. So you see, we are transmuting cocoa into digital assets to send it across the world. I strongly believe that this is for us in Cross River. People complain that there's no money in Cross River, there's no money in Cross River. But I think that AI has opened up that door of opportunity for us to actually begin to see the money in Cross River State. Next slide. So your mission this weekend, choose your path. Are you going to be a product builder? Are you going to be an agency builder? Are you going to be a business amplifier? Whichever it is that you choose, AI is there for you. Next. And lastly, please, hashtag build in Calabar. So I'm officially launching it unofficially today. I want to encourage every one of us, if you have an idea that you've locked up or a business thing that you want to try out, use AI. Please let it be up. Use AI to launch your vision from Calabar. Build in public. I want you to share your journey to inspire others, so that whenever there's a crowd like this, we'll have more hands raised up to show what people are actually building. Help us grow the movement, export from Calabar to the world. Lastly, you can find me on LinkedIn, X, and on Facebook. I like to talk about startups, like to talk about tech, ecosystems, product, and stuff. Currently, I'm building Hack51.Africa. Thank you once again for your time.